Welcome back to the Department of Nerds podcast. Today is going to be... You can't do that right now. I'm about to give the saddest intro ever.
Sorry.
Trying to bring light to a sad situation.
Yeah.
It is with great sadness, which the world has known, but last Friday, Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, has passed away. They were in pre-production for Black Panther 2, I believe. Either pre-production or they just started filming. I don't know. But we will not see him ever again, except probably in flashback scenes or if they do any CGI. With that said, we're going to talk about him for a little bit tonight because he has a pretty solid body of work. Like, for being 43 years old, a really good resume.
Only being in for what, 10 years?
Yeah, about 10 years he's been acting on the big screen. He had, 15 movies, 16 movies?
Something like that.
Big motion picture movies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them were Marvel MCU movies. Black Panther, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Endgame, and Infinity War. Not to mention 21 Bridges, which was fucking awesome. It is
42.
Yep, 42. It was Jackie Robinson.
In the past 4 years, he's done 9 movies.
Yep. To include the Five Bloods, 42. Or no, 42 was before that.
You got The Five Bloods, 21 Bridges, Endgame, Infinity War, Black Panther, Marshall, Message from the King, which was actually really good if you haven't seen it yet. Captain America Civil War and Gods of Egypt was 2016. And then he's done You Need to Get On Up.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I forgot he was in Draft Day.
He was!
I forgot he was in Draft Day.
That was such a good movie, too.
It was.
He didn't have a major role, though.
No.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay.
I forgot he was in Draft Day. And then, of course, he played Jackie Robinson in 42. Yep.
Gods of Egypt. I heard that movie was not good. And not because of Chadwick Boseman, just overall the movie was good.
It looks like before that, it was really just a lot, mostly TV, like
TV and then small roles in movies, like cameos.
Yeah. He kind of blew up.
Well, what was the first big thing he did?
The 42, Jackie Robinson, in 2013.
So, I mean, he's got a solid resume, very impressive, great movies. He did a lot of stuff in the just by taking the role of Black Panther. Not just because he brought another comic book character to life, but for what it did to the Black community. They got to see in the MCU. We know that Black Panther is not the first Black superhero. We understand that. Not the first Black Marvel superhero. We understand that because of Blade. But in the MCU, with all the billions of dollars they made, put it on the big screen, and it was fucking brilliant. He did a fucking phenomenal job. I don't think that. I mean, I don't know who they would have ever cast as that.
I don't know who they can cast. I mean, because the thing is that
it's like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man to me at this point.
Yeah. They can't.
Who could have done a better job in this role?
It's a hard conversation that Disney Marvel is going to have.
Well, one thing that I want to bring up is moving forward with the Black Panther franchise. What are they going to do? And here, so before we do that, we'll pay our respects. I have seen the 4 Marvel movies with him. I have seen 42, which was awesome. I have seen 21 Bridges. And Draft Day, which wasn't his movie, but he was in it. Great movies, all of them.
Get On Up is fantastic.
Get On Up. I saw the trailer. It's one of those ones that I want to see that, and I just never got around to it. He played James Brown, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. How did he do?
Really well.
Awesome.
Really, really well.
I heard The Five Bloods was fucking insane.
Have not seen it yet. It's on my list, as well as 21 Bridges. The most recent movie I saw with him in it was Endgame. So
21 Bridges, I might can get you a digital copy.
okay. Noted.
But I read a little bit about The Five Bloods. I did not read what it was about, but I read like reviews of it, and I have not seen anything less than a 4-star review of that movie. I saw a couple of backstage clips of like, behind the scenes where he was just getting along with, I can't remember the names of the people who were in it, but there's some legendary actors. Like I'm better with faces than names.
And The Five Bloods?
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now. Hold on a minute.
But I saw a couple of faces that I recognized from, one guy was in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was one of the detectives.
You got Delroy Lindo in there.
Yes. And just like hearing about what they thought of him, and then just seeing all like, usually when a celebrity passes on, you hear about all the bad shit that they did because now they're gone, they can't defend themselves, so all this stuff's gonna come up. Haven't heard a single fucking negative thing, not one, not a single thing. And what's fucking wild about this entire thing, he's had colon cancer stage 3 since 2016. He filmed 3 Marvel movies. He did 9 movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did 3 Marvel movies. He did a fucking cop movie where he, in one scene, got hit by a bus. Obviously, he didn't do all of his stunts, but I would imagine he did some of them. Because he kept that shit on lockdown. And everybody was dragging him for showing up in that Instagram video some time back for being too skinny.
I didn't even hear about all that until after.
Well, I remember seeing the video, and yeah, he looks skinny, but think about it. Actors change their size from roles all the time. They beef up, they slim down, they get fat, they get skinny again. Like, that's what they do. That's what they are paid millions of dollars a year to do.
I'm going to use that for my fatness. I'm just preparing for a role.
You're going to play the Mexican Blob in the new X-Men movie?
Yes.
El Blob.
El Blob.
Oh, you're geared up for the new Nacho Libre.
His enemy. I'll be the antagonist.
What would they call that? Jalapeno Libre? Jalapeno Libre?
I don't know.
But anyway, Chadwick Boseman, you will be very missed. I don't know what Marvel's going to do moving forward with the character of Black Panther, but we're going to shift gears and we're going to talk about what we think they could do. And here is my thought process at this point for the next Black Panther movie. They're talking about bringing in all these characters. Doctor Doom, Namor, just to name 2. The opening scene is a Wakandan funeral for T'Challa. Period. It is a Wakandan funeral for T'Challa. Thus, pulling right from the fucking comics, a new Black Panther, his sister, Shuri. She took over the role when he got hurt in the comics. Why not take it over now and move it forward?
Well, she is the next bloodline.
Absolutely, she is.
Mm-hmm.
People were talking about bringing back Killmonger. I have a feeling he's going to be coming back anyway, because if I'm not mistaken, he had a 3-movie deal with Marvel.
Did he?
I could be mistaken.
Well, everybody who dies in Marvel comes back.
Well, yeah.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
Where's Ironmonger? Where's Obadiah Stane?
Okay, main people.
Where's Whiplash? the bad guy
Fuck
from
about-
Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I'm tracking. Who gives a fuck about him?
Me. He's one of the best comic book villains he had. Not the best, but one of. I think Killmonger is a bad idea. Very bad idea. Because he was a fucking villain, first off. Second, he did not stand for what Wakanda stood for. So, put the mantle on Shuri. Move forward with the storyline. You're going to have to change some details up. You're going to have to. Because if they're going the route with the comics and bringing Storm in to be Black Panther's wife, you can't do that now. Unless you go the route of same-sex marriage. Which, I don't care what they do. Give me a great movie. Give me a great series of movies that ties together like you have been. I don't care what you do.
They could also use the multiverse to their advantage.
That's true.
And just get another actor.
They can. They can. I just
see right there with Killmonger. Go to Earth 2. He's actually, wasn't brought up the way he was. He's actually a good guy. He's next in line.
I get it. I'm thinking from continuity standpoint, not using the multiverse as an easy out. Because I've thought about that. I have thought about that.
When an actor dies, you really don't have an easy out anyways.
Yeah, so
you don't, but at the same time, they have the answers to the test right there in Marvel Comics. Shuri's on the cover of a number in the Black Panther costume. She created the goddamn suit.
If you could lower your voice, that'd be great.
I hate you. Perhaps they could at some point, but I think for right now, for Black Panther 2, I think that's how I would write that movie. The opening scene is a funeral for T'Challa, who was killed by Dr. Doom.
Be a good way to introduce it.
Be a very good way. You could do a Dr. Doom origin story, but let's be honest, we're all sick of it from the Fox versions.
We're sick of
origin stories in general.
Yeah, we don't need any more origin stories.
So Dr. Doom is just going to show the fuck up. He could tell us how he got to where he was, but I don't need a whole nother movie to show it. I just want to know that Dr. Doom fucking crushed his head with a hammer or did whatever he did, and fucking T'Challa is now dead. And that is how they are opening that movie.
Yeah.
And now they're scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. Everybody's in disarray. Some of the Avengers come to help. You got Falcon and Winter Soldier there to help. But you don't have Black Panther. So what do? Well, Shuri, being the next in line, finds a heart-shaped herb. One that Killmonger did not destroy. Finds a place to grow some more. Or had a secret garden the whole time.
Which would make sense.
It would. She takes some. She puts on the fucking necklace, and she is the Black Panther. Because the suit's made of nanotech. So it's going to conform to her body. So throw on the necklace. She is the Black Panther. And she still uses her blasters. And then with her as the Black Panther, you've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, who are great friends of Wakanda for obvious reasons. You bring in maybe Namor, who's not easy to get along with, but can help, and you fight Dr. Doom. You don't kill him because he's a big baddie in the fucking Marvel universe, and you keep him around, but you stop him.
The other thing is, who plays Shuri? What's her name?
I don't remember her name. I'm good with faces, not names.
Letitia Wright.
Okay.
So would she want to do that, though?
I think she absolutely would. I heard those two got along very well on set. And I heard they became really close. And I feel like she would want to do that in his honor if they offered it to her.
They really acted like brother and sister.
They really did.
They really
Like,
did.
I honestly would have thought they were if I didn't know any better. Like,
it's
if
not
that
like
was
she
the
has a
first
choice,
movie
though.
I ever saw, wow, they get family to play movies together?
I mean, it's not like she has a choice. She's under contract. She's going to do whatever the fuck she's told.
Not always true.
Eh.
People bust out of contracts all the time.
They're not
Mhm.
going to let. I mean, if they try to slot her for this role, letting her go is going to be basically an impossibility.
You can't force someone to do it.
I mean, unless you go to legal action and try to get out of it.
She'll just have to buy out her contract, which with as much money as that movie made, she'll
Well,
be able to.
Well, I'll put it to you this way: they'll have to rewrite her contract. Period.
Oh,
Yeah.
abso-fucking-lutely.
Which means they can't just say you're going to play this role, because the second they try to go with that role, it would have to be a different contract.
They're moving her from a supporting character to a lead.
So it really is,
And not just
that
any
you
lead.
want to.
She is going to be a big part of the MCU moving forward, because that's what Black Panther was going to be. Aside from Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther was going to be very pivotal for the rest of the MCU. So it's a huge, huge deal.
The only thing is I don't know if Shuri would want to do it though, like the character Shuri.
She would probably, I don't know.
I think she prefers to mess around with her tech.
Fair enough.
But she's kind of like Tony Stark in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. But think about it like this. Put yourself in her shoes. Her brother just died. There's no Black Panther. Who is the next best option of all of the people there? Who would you give it to?
M'Baku.
I was about to say he's the only other.
That's
option.
what I was thinking too, but he doesn't want it. Because at the end of the first movie, they tried to give him the heart-shaped herb, and he said no.
He said no because he knew T'Challa was still alive.
Very true, but I also don't think he would.
But I mean, he took over the throne whenever T'Challa got dusted. Willingly, he took it.
That's true. It could be either of those two. I am not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind seeing M'Baku.
That'd be a big motherfucker.
They're going to have to redo the Nano Knights.
I was about to say they need twice.
They're gonna need more nanos.
Double up on the nanobots or whatever.
No, I think it would be. I don't know. I just think if we stick to the comics, pull that from the comics and give it to Shuri. It makes sense. But I wouldn't be mad if I saw M'Baku. Aside from T'Challa, he was my favorite of them all. But
He's just fucking massive.
he's huge.
I
Huge.
mean, seeing, T'Challa come after you, yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Seeing a fucking brick shit house with impenetrable armor. You're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Winston Duke.
But what do you guys think?
I feel like they could introduce Doom or anybody else in a different way. I mean, technically, Black Panther really doesn't even need a sequel for the simple fact that the last one didn't really, it kind of ended. There was no pushing forward with it.
Kind of.
I mean, I definitely want a sequel, but I'm just saying, I don't feel like it'd be 100% necessary if they were going to run into
the story they have written for the rest of the MCU. It is.
So, because the MCU is technically its own universe and they can really write their own rules as to whatever the hell they want to do, what's stopping them from saying Shuri would be queen, but just because you're king or queen doesn't mean you have to hold the mantle of Black Panther?
Because you already have a queen. She'd be princess.
Angela Bassett is technically.
Yeah, true. She's the queen. So then, regardless, but it's still same premise. What's to say that you being in that position means you have to hold?
Nothing.
I mean, yes, in the comics, that is the way it works. But this is the MCU; it's its own universe, which means technically they can do whatever the hell they want. Which means technically she could still fulfill her role as
The leader.
the leader of the country, and still dabble in with her tech and have someone else be a Black Panther.
She absolutely could.
I mean, that's what her dad did. I mean, he was old, granted, but T'Challa was the Black Panther.
I mean,
and
yeah, there you
T'Chaka
go.
was the
Actually,
king.
yeah.
There you
Good
go. Yeah,
point.
there you go.
That's a good point.
Or
And-
she could have somebody fulfill the role when she could not, and basically have two Black Panthers.
So that brings to mind, what's his name? Let me look it up. Hold on. I had it. Kevin Cole
Who
Who's
dat?
that?
commandeered a Black Panther suit while on the job.
What?
It's another character. He was a New York police officer who actually, let's see. Yeah, apparently a New York police officer got a hold of a Black Panther suit at one point and used it. And he got suspended from his job, and eventually he became, let's see, he ended up becoming eventually, took on the name White Tiger and got his own suit.
For a minute, I thought you were reading a real story,
I kind of was.
and then I realized you were reading a comic storyline.
Yes. Yes.
You could do that. I don't know. I think you got to give him some sort of a send off. You have to. Because he was a huge part of all four of those movies. Hell, half of fucking Infinity War took place in Wakanda. So you have to give him a proper send-off. How do you do it? What are your ideas? Mine was Dr. Doom kills him off screen and they open the movie with the funeral. If you really want it to be shown, you CGI it.
CGI his face wouldn't be too hard nowadays.
Well,
It'd only be for a few minutes anyways.
Plus, he'd be wearing the fucking mask anyway.
Well, fighting, yeah.
I mean, they did it for Paul Walker, so
yeah,
it can be done. It's just a matter of how much they're going to do.
Right. Hell, half the movies are CGI anyway. Plus, with his suit, he's already CGI. So it's all on, one, what the family wants them to do. Two, how do they want to show that happen? Because they're going to pay tribute to him. They're absolutely going to. How are they going to do it? Are they going to write it into the story and then show a flashback of what happened? Or are they going to let it go? Marvel has a very big decision here. I honestly think you have to pay tribute, so you have to have a funeral with Wakanda. You have to. But in the MCU, how did we get here? Is a question you have to write on your own. My idea is Dr. Doom kills him. What do you think? Who else would do it?
Silver Surfer.
I would
he's
say
coming back as a villain.
I would say Ulysses S. Claw, but we know what happened to him.
He got shot.
He got shot.
Yeah.
Well, did we see him actually dead, though?
Well, I mean, he brought the body.
He brought the body. But how dead was he?
That motherfucker had 245s in his chest. Motherfucker's dead.
I'm just saying we've seen some crazier shit.
Yeah, but Marvel.
Time travel.
So, and plus the multiverse of madness is coming. So, Ulysses Claw would have been a perfect one because it's a big villain. But there's also Namor. But he's kind of a good bad guy. If that makes sense.
I'd say just go with Doom because I feel like he's him or Silver Surfer.
I think Doom is
entities.
The best bet because Dr. Doom, they've already confirmed that they want to do Fantastic Four, and you can't have Fantastic Four without Dr. fucking Doom. Dr. Doom is huge in a lot of fucking stories within Marvel. So I agree. I think it has to be Dr. Doom because he's also very ruthless and does not give a fuck about anyone.
Nah.
And I think at that point I think Shuri ends up picking up the mantle. I think she does.
I mean, you said it's already in pre-production, right?
Yeah, well, it's going to be halted.
Oh, it's absolutely going to be halted.
Obviously, but
actually, I think it might be even further than that because it was supposed to release in February, wasn't it?
Oh shit, you're right. But COVID first.
True, but I think they picked up production again. I think they picked up production again over the summer.
Well, that's what I mean. That if we haven't heard rumors of somebody playing Doom yet.
May 6, 2022.
Okay, so they probably haven't even turned on a camera yet.
No. But it will mean rewriting the script pretty much.
Oh, absolutely. I think we'll have a new script in the next couple of weeks. I think we're gonna have a whole new story by the end of the month. So, I know what I'd do. Omar, what would you do? Honestly,
no idea. It's why I don't work in that in that industry. No idea what the fuck I'd do.
Fair enough.
I have no idea what the fuck I'd do.
See, I want to see M'Baku just for the simple fact that it would cause conflict within the family.
I don't think it would. Not after the events of Infinity War. I
still think because, he doesn't want all that technology and shit, then he gets it, and he's forced to live down there as the king or Black Panther. And I don't know. I just think there'd be a little conflict going.
I think based on how things turned out from Black Panther itself to Infinity War and how they're good, and then Endgame where he took care of Wakanda, I think there's absolutely no question in his mind what he would do for them.
Not to mention he saved T'Challa.
Yeah.
In the actual movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He did kind of save him. He kept him on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Wakandan induced coma.
Yes. We are vegetarians.
Oh god, that whole scene fucking cracked me up.
I don't know. I think the easy route for them would be Shuri.
It's difficult.
It's easier.
Well, no, I'm saying the whole thing is difficult.
Well, yes, the whole thing is difficult, but I think the easiest route for them to go will be some rewrites and Shuri takes up the mantle. But that's kind of dependent on people.
Right. What do you think, Dalton? What would you do? Like, what would you do as far as like everything? I've already said my plan. Well, actually, that brings me back to you, Omar. Who do you think should be the aggressor that killed him?
That I don't know. Why do I keep hearing myself? Is that yours, Dave?
I don't know. Try now.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't hear myself anymore.
Oh,
now I do.
Well, suck it up.
Yeah, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I think they should make Shuri leader of the company, of the country, of the kingdom, and yeah, make her the CEO. I mean, sure, she should probably do it. Remember, she is head of the science division. That's now across the world.
Mm-hmm.
I say they make her leader, and she chooses a Black Panther. New one.
Who do you think would?
if we go that route from the characters we already know, there's only one choice.
Who says we already know them?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they just go off, make it easier, there's only one that could do it.
Who?
M'Baku.
Oh.
Nah, she's too science-based. He wouldn't want to.
I think after the events of what's going to happen in Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think you could absolutely use Sam Wilson as a choice.
Man, he's like already 2 roles right now.
What's a third?
A lot of responsibility.
But you got to think, he already gave up Falcon to be Captain America. The
He's
plot
still
to Falcon and Winter Soldier is to take away the Captain America mantle from him.
I didn't know that.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. All I knew is there's some new Captain America, some Canadian dude.
Yeah, they're following a terrible comic storyline, but it's basically to the premise of Falcon and Winter Soldier this round is to bring in the Weapons Plus program, which is to basically introduce Wolverine at one point, and also the Thunderbolts. Big part. But we have to get Black Widow released so we can get Falcon and Winter Soldier. Which could be happening soon because guess what's happening, boys?
Something.
Movie theaters are opening.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm fucking going.
I'll go, but
they're only operating, I think, at like 40% capacity.
I'm good. I'm just use this.
Yeah, no, I know you're good. With your fucking
What's this?
His 1 point tried to sell you billion dollar TV.
Why? What's up? You got a hacked Fire Stick? What's going on?
Why would you?
Why would I what?
Not you, him.
Oh,
Why would I do what?
No.
TV.
Anyway.
No. So you guys realize that movies are being released to streaming services now?
Not all of them.
A lot of them will be.
Only 2 have been.
Given time.
I think they're going to wait for theaters to open back up to release Marvel or Black Widow and Morbius.
Give it time.
How shitty
do you? $50 a month for a streaming service that would show movies at my house the day they come out.
What's that?
I said I'd pay $50 a month if I could get a streaming service that would show movies that just dropped. I'd cancel everything.
You think they looked at that drop when they released what's it called?
Bill and Ted.
Trolls and Bill and Ted. You think they look at them and be like, huh, these movies made a whole lot of money?
Probably. But fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Or even if you just make them available for rent.
Oh, for sure, dude. Redbox, they'd be sold out for months.
Well, not even that. Just $20 for a 24-hour rent.
You could legitimately go at they could put them on sale. I'd go buy it right now. They could up the price to $40 to go buy it.
It wouldn't even be a purchase. It'd be a rent. You could like you said, like Dalton said, if they put it up like, oh, you can rent it for 24 hours for $20, I guarantee you people would do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd do it. You could probably up that to like $50 or so.
Probably.
Or more, because you're talking about, okay, going to a movie theater, you got to drive there, you got to park somewhere. Sometimes, some cases, you have to pay for that. Not always, but occasionally. And then you got fucking snacks. And then you got the.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You've been to my movie theater here. Our whole trip cost $9.
I got $4 here. $4 ticket.
All right, you live in bumfuck, and you also live in bumfuck.
See, here's what I'm saying though. Say there's a movie we can actually rent these. $20, $50 for 24 hours. We all go to a boy's house with the fucking 165-inch 12K TV, and we just give him money.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
He just provides us his, ethnic cuisine, and I'm good to go.
Tacos.
That's
Hey,
all I care.
Omar, give me an El Quesadillo.
Jesus.
I'd make that drive. Easy.
That's a long drive.
That's a long drive.
That's a long drive.
Dude,
hang
it's
out
a long drive
one.
for me.
One, to hang out with you two.
Fair
Get
enough.
cuisines.
Cuisines.
To
Okay,
watch.
hold on. Time out. I will say this. I can have pretty much anything delivered to my place.
Fabulous. Anyways, next. Number
Cuisines.
3. Watch Marvel movies together, which watch both of you get just completely annihilated.
Oh, man. I haven't been drunk in a while.
Omar can't say the same.
No, he cannot.
No. We should do that at one point.
We should.
Oh, we will.
We should. Perhaps when I get my new place.
Mayhaps.
Man,
I don't know how far away you guys are from me. I really don't. I'm gonna guess like 5
It's like a
hours.
6-hour drive
Far.
for you.
I used to drive 10 hours Georgia to Ohio. Like fucking.
Well, I'm
3 times
just
in
letting you know it's like 5 to 6 hours for you.
Where in Ohio?
Athens. Well, New Lex.
Anyway, we
New
can
Lexington.
we can ASL everybody later on in life. We're gonna finish this fucking podcast we're here to do.
26 male, New Lexington, Ohio.
Wow. Sorry, Chadwick Boseman.
Jesus.
Anyway, so honestly, like I think they could use Sam as a viable option for the time being. I don't know who else has taken over the mantle of Black Panther.
Like 15 fucking people. Venom, Captain America, the one cop guy. I looked at all these. I don't know.
Yeah, I sent the link, Dave.
The old dude with the big ass fucking holes in his ears and Black Panther. That guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's about 6.5 hours.
I can do it. I have to pull over probably 4 times to sleep because I can't drive long distances at all.
I mean, Shuri. Shit. This is how you introduce Storm.
Yes.
This is how you introduce Storm. Who's going to
Continue.
take over? She fucking pops up. Bam.
Or Dalton. Or you just take a round trip flight.
Jesus Christ.
It's $100, dude.
Can we get back to the podcast?
Yeah, I'd probably honestly do that. I can fly right out of Rickenbacker here for.
It's part of the
cheap as
podcast.
shit.
Because then we can record a podcast Chumbawamba challenge.
I don't think he wants to.
Well, we know Dalton will finish first.
I won't even start.
Was that one of the scrolls?
Huh?
That
In the link?
yeah.
Oh, I have no idea anymore.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Let me look. I don't think so. No.
You could introduce Storm this way. Honest, like that's a great way to do that.
I didn't even realize she actually held that mantle too for a little while.
Yeah. I had no clue. I knew there have been a couple, but I didn't know who, and I'm really surprised to see that Storm did. So there you go. There's one. You could conceivably use the multiverse as an out and bring in a good version of Killmonger to do it, but I don't want that.
It's not about what you want.
I know. I'm still going to fucking go watch it,
Yeah.
but I'm posing great ideas, solutions, and whatever to this. Like, you want to bring in the X-Men? Here's a great way to bring in Storm. Here's a great way.
Thing is, though, I think they already have a way to. They already know, or they're at least talking about how they're going to bring in the X-Men. They
Right,
probably have
but-
a lot of other ideas.
True.
I kind of like the idea of Shuri as leader and choosing
I don't hate that idea whatsoever.
And in fact, even going like with the police officer one in that list, she could very well choose him.
Would it stay Black Panther or would he go White Tiger?
I think they keep it Black Panther. And that's where they can make it the MCU's own thing.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they'll have to choose the right actor.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Chadwick had a really like. There was plenty of moments where he was extremely down to earth with the people that he was very comfortable with Okoye, with Shuri, definitely with Shuri.
Fuck yeah.
But so he had his his inner circle, but other times he had a very, it was very regal. It was a very like royal feeling that he had, just on screen, a royal presence.
But you got to think about it. This person, if we go your route where Shuri picks the Black Panther, they're not gonna be a king. They're not gonna be a queen. They're just gonna be Black Panther.
Exactly.
That's it.
That kind of opens up the possibilities.
Right. So you don't need that extra stuff. You would want the down to earthness with certain people, but you don't want them to have that regal royal feeling like Chadwick did.
Correct.
So that's all I've got for what we're talking about. I'm going to miss him as Black Panther. I'm going to miss him as an actor. I mean, fuck, for the last 2 years, he was going to visit kids with the same thing he had, telling them to keep fighting. For the last 2 years. He's had this shit for 4 years. Like, a lot of people talk about how celebrity deaths affect them, this, that, and the third. I can honestly tell you this is the first time that a celebrity death has made me this sad. I don't know him, but he was part of something I am passionate about. And that's why this affects me. Just like, basketball fans, Lakers fans, devastated when Kobe died. Devastated. That sucks. I was sad, but it did not affect me like this has affected me. You know what I mean?
I got one for you.
Okay.
If we go the route that I was talking about, but John Boyega.
Who would he be?
Cop.
Wakanda number 17?
No, cop, dude.
Kevin Cole?
Yeah. You're not.
I gotta get over Finn.
I mean, also, I'm thinking more real world applications of that as well, because he's like, whenever everything that's going on, he was one of the ones out there harassing. He was. Nah, I'm not for him anymore in any sense of anything ever.
Excuse me while I roll my eyes at you, but that's okay.
Yeah, because looting's.
Moving on.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you have to get an unknown or relatively unknown.
Well,
I mean, let's be honest.
Disney's good at that.
They really are. They really fucking are. Because honestly, people knew who Chadwick Boseman was, but they didn't know who Chadwick Boseman was.
I had no idea who he was. I mean, I watched 42. That was the only thing before he.
I watched 42 after Captain America: Civil War. I had no clue who he was. I recognized him, but I couldn't figure out where I knew him from. And now that you had mentioned it, Omar, it took me 5 years to remember he was in Draft Day.
I don't even know what that movie is.
Oh, it's about the Cleveland Browns general manager basically working his way to the first pick in the draft.
Maybe I do know.
Kevin Costner. Fucking phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie.
Maybe I have seen that.
No action, just a good story. I'm not a Browns fan because I'm a fan of the Ravens, AFC North rivalry, what. But that movie is fucking awesome. Probably in my top 5 of favorite football movies. And there was hardly any football in it. Omar, you were looking very, very intently.
I'm trying to figure out who.
I'd say Idris Elba, but he was Heimdall.
He's dead now, is Heimdall.
Yeah, damn it.
I mean, there's Shamik Moore, but he already does the voice of Miles Morales.
Not in the MCU.
True. It's also a cartoon, so.
Yeah. You could. Here's something. Here's a theory. Okay, so Black Panther took place in what? 2018?
Mm-hmm.
2017, one of the two?
Sounds right, sure.
Well, it came out in 2018. When did it take place in the MCU's world? That's what I'm curious about, because like a bunch of movies happened back to back but came out at different times. Let me see here real quick.
What the fuck?
So Black Panther takes place in 2016. So Black Panther takes place in 2016. We see him with his ex-girlfriend, but we never see her again. Riddle me this, just spitballing here. In the time between Black Panther 2016 and Infinity War 2018, he met Storm, got married in a secret ceremony, had a kid. We do not see any of this in Infinity War.
But I thought he and old girl had a thing.
Who? From Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen her since.
Okay. I know what you're saying. I got you.
So she's out of the picture.
Gone.
So T'Challa gets snapped away. Storm raises the baby. Mind you, Endgame is now 5 years later, so we'll call that kid 6, 7 tops. Old enough to start training and fighting. And also, not to mention, how far into the future after Endgame are we setting this Black Panther? Or we open Black Panther 2 with the funeral for T'Challa. And then we do another 5 years later bump. We've got a 10 or 11-year-old or 12-year-old, whatever. Or we do a 10 years later bump. And then the rest of those movies in that time frame happen with only knowing that T'Challa has died. There is no Black Panther in that time frame. And by the time the rest of the movies catch up, we have Black Panther, and it's the teenage son of T'Challa and Storm. Does that make sense? What do you think?
That's a possibility.
It's a lot of things in my head that I just thought about. I don't know.
It's a whole lot of things.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at,
I
like,
said
the
a lot of
timelines
words.
and see what's like coming before and after and everything else.
The problem is
So much shit.
we don't know the plot of this movie. We don't know what they had ready to go. We don't know. We don't know what surprises they had. So that's just one of my ideas. They have also removed the entire cast list from Black Panther 2.
They have or have not?
They have. The entire cast list is gone.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they showed it.
But when you go on IMDb and you pull up Black Panther 2, it is nothing but that. Oh, hold on. That. A picture of Doctor Doom
That's pretty telling.
with what looks like a cape made of fur of a wild animal. So, I don't know what that means.
So as of right now, from what I just saw, there's only 4 people confirmed in that entire movie,
Okay.
and it's the sister, the mom, oh hell, his main bodyguard. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the girl from The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Okoye.
yeah. Okay, it's only showing 3 pictures here. Ramonda Angela Bassett. Oh, that's the queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Everett Ross, Martin Freeman.
Yep.
Yeah, that's only 4 confirmed. As of currently, this was 4 days ago.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
I don't either. Well, I mean, we could sit here all night and debate it. We could just have ideas. We could talk about it. We could have our own theories, but we're not going to know what the fuck Marvel's going to do. They're going to do their own thing. On that note, it is about time for our regularly scheduled game, but I think given the circumstances of the episode, we should forego it unless you guys want to do it.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. On that note, we will see you all next week because this Friday, The Boys Season 2 drops.
Oh, fucking 6 to midnight.
Oh, it is. That's right.
September 4th, buddy.
5th.
You sure? Pretty sure it said 4th.
The Boys 2 release date. Oh, it's not going to talk to me. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So then I'll just Google that real quick because I don't want to put out false information.
Well, if it's Friday, that would be the 4th.
What the fuck?
Friday, September 4th, 2020.
No. Just what the fuck is Brahms? Brahms, The Boys 2. This doesn't make any sense.
I just Googled it. So it's on Google.
Google's not always right.
Okay. Well, which website do you want me to check?
One that agrees with me.
All right. Which one that agrees with you?
Find it.
Probably Fox News.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I have 7. Oh, The Boys Season 2 starts on September 4th, but they're only releasing the first 3 episodes.
Yep, and then 1 weekly.
What? That's
What?
horseshit. That's horseshit.
Are you serious?
Totally serious.
That's fucking stupid.
Something else I found out, which I'm sure we've already given spoilers and shit about the comics, so fuck it. Apparently, Homelander was the one who created that terrorist. The terrorist soup.
Yeah, he said that in the end of season 1.
Did he say it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just rewatched the whole season over the weekend.
Okay, it's been a while.
Yeah, he said it in this final episode right before he blasted old girl's face off. When she had the bomb strapped to her, they were at the gala event, and he said, "Who do you think did it?
Yeah.
You're welcome." Basically, being all douchey about it.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
no,
yep.
he definitely said it because I
He
have
said
not
it
read
like
any of the comics, and I know exactly.
Because he said it like killed a lot of.
This is
lot of them or
fucking
some shit.
stupid. This is dumb.
Sir, calm
The
down.
first 3 episodes will be released on Friday and a new episode dropping each week on Amazon Prime. That's fucking dumb.
Yes, that's what Dalton said.
I know. I'm repeating it because I'm mad.
How mad?
Super mad.
Loud mad.
If you could be quiet mad, that'd be cool.
So mad. All right.
So much better.
So we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes of The Boys on the next episode.
Oh,
Boss
God.
boys.
So we're going to basically do a Boys Weekly review. So there's that.
That means I have homework.
Unless we just wait till the end of the season.
I just want to watch it on Omar's TV. That's all I can keep looking at. I think it's fucking sexy.
85-inch
Wrong
TV?
side.
There you
85
go.
inch.
There you go. Look at
Yeah.
you go, figuring out your left from your right. 85 inches?
Yes,
That's a
Cool.
lot of inches.
it is.
That's what
That's
she
more
said.
inches than me.
That's
Far
definitely
more.
what she said.
Far more inches than me.
Oh God, I can't even count how many. Like it's single digits.
For you, maybe.
Yes.
I'm talking about fucking height.
Oh, I was going diagonal.
I was going
I'm talking about
horizontal.
my
I was
height.
going horizontal.
I'm 68 inches.
Same.
If-
We are the same. You're so fucking. You guys are so fucking stupid. All right,
Am I gonna
we're
look like
leaving.
you and I'm fucking 29?
We're leaving. Goodbye. Good night. Next week with something because we don't know what the fuck we want to do anymore.
No, we don't.
Anyway, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You are a treasure, and we are gonna miss you. Wakanda forever.